Well, I promised I was going to get back onto this one, didn't I? And let's see how I've been getting on. This is making the solar powered heat pump, so the idea is that it'll heat water up for use in kids' paddling pools, things like that. As you can see, I've done a few enhancements since last time. I've put this tin foil down, which is a right pain to do, to be honest with you, because it kept blowing all over the place because it's very flimsy. What I found is you have to double it up a little bit on the corners here, so kind of wrapping it a couple of times and then nailing it along the top, and that's held it in place. So that's in now. So next job is I want to cover it with a bit of plastic, sort of semi-transparent, and that should then cover that. I've also got some more hoses and fittings, and I'll show you what we're doing with those in a minute. So you can see the idea here. What I'm using is wooden battens along the edges, screwed in place, that's going to hold our plastic liners. You can see it kind of grips them like that. So now stretch them across, do the same on the other side, and there we go. There's our cover. Now remember, it needs to be semi-transparent so it'll absorb the sun, but the idea is that inside we're creating a bit of a greenhouse effect, so it'll all help to increase the heat. That's the idea anyway. Would have been easier if I had proper plastic for this, but never mind. What we're going to do is stretch them to this side, then put more battens on. So we'll well, you can see what I've done here. I've bought bags that are too small. Yeah, that's not going to work. There we go. Well, it's not clever, it's not pretty. I've used tape and all sorts. By the way, if anyone ever suggests to you to buy tape from one of the cheap pound shops or anything like that, just don't bother. It's more trouble than it's worth. But anyway, so we've got our cover over now. We'll just have a little peek inside. That's the idea. What I'm going to do is just tape down this edge, and that should have it all sealed up then. And we can then go about connecting our pump up. I've got some new pipes and fittings to try with that, so we'll give those a go. And we'll see if we can test the temperature as well, because I've got a little temperature sensor, so we can work out how warm the water's actually getting. We're on to a slightly more fiddly bit now. And what this is, what I found is that these pipes are no good for fastening onto the pump. The pump is a smaller diameter, so what I did, get some plastic pipe and some adapters. So the idea is, these we jam into the black pipe, and then the black pipe we jam into the clear pipe. The clear pipe we can then attach to the pump quite easily. So that's the idea anyway, that this will make it all a little bit better, and hopefully it'll stop the leak that we had in the pump last time. So then, what have we got here? We've got this in the nice sunshine. It's starting to warm up. It's still a little bit windy, but it should be okay. We've got our pump attached, and you can see the black pipes that go into here come out through the adapter into the pump. I've screw fixed that on so it's nice and solid, and then out again. And we've got a couple of long pieces of pipe that we can do. Remember, the indicator on the pump shows the direction of flow, which is that way. So this is our outlet, and that is our inlet. So the idea is, we get our bucket of water, feed the pipes in, and we'll see what temperature it gets to. Just one more thing we need. Nice big battery. Now remember from the last video, red means negative. Yeah, because it's a Chinese pump, and obviously red isn't going to mean positive, is it? So what we'll do is we'll jam this on the battery like so. Let's just check it works. Yep, still works. So we'll connect it all up and we'll see what happens. Here we go, everything's taped up in place. That's our inlet, that's our outlet, and you can see I've got a little temperature sensor. So at the minute, that's approximately the temperature of the water. So the idea is that if this is working, that temperature should go up. So let's turn the pump on so we can get some water flowing through, because at the minute the system's not primed, so there's no water inside it at all. So let's connect this up. There we go. There's the water starting to prime through the system. We should start to get water coming out once the system's primed. There we go. So water's coming through. I've got a few airlocks and things coming through the system, but hopefully they'll disappear. And what we'll do is we'll wait for it to warm up and we'll see how we get on with that. It's probably going to take a little bit of time. So there we go. I've managed to increase the temperature by 3 degrees, which doesn't sound much, but it's not bad going. It's warming, it is working. There's a few little tweaks and things I could do, like switching the pump off now and again to increase the heat in the box. Let the temperature build right up and then pump the water through. So there's a few things. Obviously in a big pool it's going to take a lot longer, but this was over about half an hour and I don't think that's too bad. Don't forget, I do also live in the UK, so the sun isn't that hot, but the idea is there. I'd love to know if you give this a go. Give it a try. You just need a few bits and pieces. Try it out. If you do, please do comment and like this video, and of course subscribe for some more odd little inventions and ideas. See you soon.